What's an explosion sound like? Most people don't know because most people have never heard one. So any sharp, loud bang, that's probably an explosion.
10 massive buildings were partially damaged or destroyed on 9/11. Everywhere, burning cars and trucks and petrol tanks exploding.
Exclusively, though, there were many video cameras at that intersection. Okay. They show that this simply didn't happen. There was no explosion. There was nobody fleeing for their lives up the street. So Kevin did a good thing. He helped out after 9/11. Both these people became very sick, are very bitter about it. Appreciate their service, absolutely. But conclusively, the video evidence shows that these things didn't happen.
Here's live footage with audio from about 3 blocks away.
In fact, you were just told by police that you should move out of your apartment, Fabiana. You've got Carolina here?
Yes. They advised us to leave because we have...
Oh my God. Look behind us, please. Pan in this way, please. Be careful of your baby. This is it.
That's the building coming down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's not come here.
10 massive buildings were partially damaged or destroyed on 9/11. Everywhere, burning cars and trucks and petrol tanks exploding.
Holy.
Yeah, here's one of the guys. He can tell you I'm okay. All right. Here, hold on. You want to call your mother or something?
You gotta get back from here.
I know that. All right.
Get back.
All right. Don't worry about me. You need to make calls right now. All right.
The 4-1 should have taken a couple of companies that they were leaving back to us that were stuck in the tunnel. So I, they might be busy doing.
Go against another one.
Hours after the attack, many smaller explosions rumbled through downtown.
Yeah, here's one of the guys. He can tell you I'm okay. All right. Here, hold on. You want to call your mother or something?
You gotta get back from here.
I know that. All right.
Get back.
All right. Don't worry about me. You need to make calls right now. Mother or something? Something?
Right now.
Thermite is a very active chemical reaction. It produces molten iron spheres. The chemical pattern, the fingerprint of thermite, the spheres you get from thermite, matches the spheres that I see in the World Trade Center dust.
Both the dust and thermite contain iron oxide and aluminium.
What do you think? I would say that it melted out the whole side. Oh, it went right through the aluminum, of course, I should. So as the thermite reacts, it blows molten iron into the air, where it forms droplets due to surface tension, and then those solidify and form these little spheres.
On the internet, there are references to secret formulations of thermite that have special properties.
You can cut with thermite without a large explosion. You see? In other words, for thermite you can formulate it to burn rapidly or slowly. The key is nanothermite. Why won't people deal with super thermite? It's like they don't want to see it, I guess. I don't know, but it does exist. We have reports of it in a sol gel form. It's very explosive. The sol gel can be formed and shaped. That gets us to thermite. And there's a lot of evidence for the use of thermite, and super thermites are is the form of thermite which is explosive. I actually have here in my lab some aluminum powder and iron oxide powder, and those are the basic components for thermite. So we took our thermite mixture and we actually put a propane torch right directly on the thermite. So to simulate effects from fires and the plane, fires, the jet fuel burning, which it burned out, most of it in just a few minutes. Most people don't know that, but that's what the NIST report says. I think that's right. The plane comes, you see this huge fireball, a lot of it's gone there, and then the rest of it is basically the jet fuel is a kerosene type of a fuel, and it burns quite quickly. So anyway, we're hitting this thermite with propane torch to simulate these fires. It didn't catch on fire at all. This is the Scholars for 9/11 Truth now. We've been doing research, and one of the scholars, Robert Moore, found an invention in the 1990s. It's a tube, and they put thermite in this tube, and there's a groove along the edge. Actually, it's like this coming out of this tube. It's a nozzle, but a linear nozzle, and the thermite jets out of that just like a knife. This will cut through materials of substantial thickness, including, you see, steel beams that you can cut through with this device loaded with thermite. So we've done experiments here with thermite, and you notice the dust cloud. This is a white cloud that drifts away, aluminum oxide, and then there's this molten iron that pours out of the thermite reaction. Now the military form of thermite, they add sulfur to the basic thermite, and what happens there now, the sulfur attacks steel, and it forms a eutectic, so the steel will melt at a much lower temperature. So instead of 1500 centigrade, the normal melting temperature for steel, which by the way the fires wouldn't reach in the building, nowhere near that. With sulfur, you bring that melting point down to about 600 centigrade. This is now called thermate, and it'll just slice through steel like a hot knife through butter. And then there are other metal oxides you can use in thermite besides iron oxide. For instance, zinc oxide and potassium permanganate is a great oxidizer. Barium nitrate is used by the military in their patented form of thermate. There are strong evidences for the use of these thermites, this chemical reaction in the dust itself.